Okay, so here we are at the World Masquerade Ball pre-scene, pre-party, and we're going to try to see what's going on over here. What is going on over here? There's got to be a story behind this.
Well, we're part of tonight's entertainment, you might say. We're suiting up in medieval and Roman centurion armor. And we're in at around 8:25. We're gonna give an armored live steel combat demonstration.
Hello, gorgeous. Hello, you're looking mighty fun.
Thanks, you too.
Tell us about, what have you got on here? Tell us about your outfit.
I am wearing hospice, silk, and velvet
Love it.
that I've had since I was like 14.
Tell us about you and tell us about like what inspired this mask, this particular mask tonight.
Well, I figured as a goldsmith I should do something special for a masquerade ball. So, this is it.
Have you ever made a mask before?
I haven't. This is my first attempt, and it was a lot of fun. And I would like to make another one at some point. Just not a huge market for it, I guess.
Well, there might be now. Now that it looks so awesome. Everybody's going to want a gold or brass mask. So we're standing here with Kira Lewis, who is the director and producer of Dates for Coffee, and the main creative woman behind this event.
I can't even take that kind of credit. This event has come together with so many hands on deck, and I was actually more of a passive participant up until this point. So it's been really amazing and inspiring to see how many people have come together to make it possible.
That's amazing. And so how did it come together? What sparked the idea for this particular World Masquerade event?
Well, I had never been to a masquerade ball before.
Really? This is your first one? Yeah. And you're hosting it? Yeah. Awesome.
It was really fun for me. I had never seen anything like this in Brattleboro, and it kind of fit the idea that, you can see someone in a mask, or you can have a conversation, but unless you know the story behind the mask or the story behind the conversation, there could be a gap in communication. And so that's what Dates for Coffee is all about, bridging that gap that happens in between cultures.
And so tell us about where that idea originated. Now, I know that you went to Oman and you spent some time there. Were you with SIT?
I studied abroad with SIT when I was an undergrad, yeah. And then I went back as a visiting research fellow with Sultan Qaboos University in Oman. And I went to Palestine and traveled to Jordan and Egypt and just fell in love with the Arabic language and with the people in Oman in particular. And the idea of folklore as a gateway or a way to understand a society's view of life and what's important to them just was, exactly what I was interested in and looking for.
It's interesting. And so have you traveled a lot to different places, or did you have some kind of special pull that took you to the Middle East? Because not everybody goes to the Middle East, right?
Yeah. Well, I've been traveling a lot since I was 17. That was the first time I left the country, and I went to Costa Rica. And since then, every year I've left the continent and gone somewhere else. And the Middle East has just been one place where I find that I'm totally comfortable, totally at ease, and feel really connected.
Hello, gorgeous.
Hello.
What's your name?
Vita.
Vita. And you live in Brattleboro?
I actually live in Marlborough.
Marlborough, Vermont. Awesome. You look amazing. Would you like to tell us about your outfit?
Thanks. Well, I'm just wearing a slip, actually. This isn't a real gown. It's a long silk slip and a mask that I made and earrings that I made.
You made these earrings?
Yeah.
And what? Is this Peacock?
It is, yeah.
That's my last name.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I love your
real last name?
It's really my last name. Yeah. Desha Peacock. Yeah. It's totally my last name. I think I might need some peacock earrings.
Probably, yeah.
Can you pull your mask down? Can we see what it looks like? Your mask is amazing. You made it?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Look at that. That is beautiful. How are you doing tonight?
Pretty good.
Would you like to pull a question from our question jar? Would you mind reading it to us?
It says, if you don't have a nickname, what would be one that you want to make up for yourself? I will be Phantom Man.
That's great. So if you had to make up a story about who you are tonight and this ensemble together, what would your story be?
I guess since I'm a bird of prey, I work for her. She's the queen. So, yeah.
So maybe we can just sort of make this up. So like you're the beautiful white queen and you're like the mean bird of prey, but you tell her what to do so that it looks like you're so innocent, but you're really the bad one.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yep. That works. I'm just doing what I'm told. It's not my fault.
Perfect. Well, thanks, ladies. I don't want to keep you any longer. Please go have fun. You guys look awesome. And so are you guys all from Shelburne?
Yes, yes.
How did you hear about this event?
Julie.
Julie, how did you hear about this event?
Wonderfully random stuff happens in my life, and I don't remember how I came across this, but I think someone liked it to me on Facebook. Actually, really, it's very much a Facebook thing.
We love Facebook, right?
At first, it was going to be just a double date, but then as things evolved, I said, okay, where are the rest of my goddesses? Because I knew I was going to be wearing, this dress got nicknamed the Sapphire Goddess dress.
For a good reason. Oh, hello.
Hello. Hi.
Hi, what's your name?
My name is Noel Al-Jamil.
Noel Jamil. Where?
Oman.
You're from Oman.
So yeah, I'm the one in the movie.
Oh, so you're famous. Hello, good evening. Would you like to draw a question from our question jar and read it for us, please?
What is the one thing you'd most like to change about the world? Wow, where to begin? Should I go with what's possible or my ideal?
Either one. We have time.
I wish people were more frivolous, like this evening. Not wasteful and using up resources, but more just dressing up for the sake of having fun.
I'm so glad you said that. I love that you said we need to be more frivolous, because sometimes we just need to have fun and like get dressed up, and it doesn't often happen here, right? I think especially here in this town, right?
Oh yeah, maybe New England anyway.
Yeah, New England. It's kind of hard with the weather, like.
Yeah, we're supposedly liberal, but we're also quite conservative, very pragmatic, and it gets old.
Very pragmatic. So what are you going to do tonight to not be pragmatic?
I'm going to try to dance and not be self-conscious.
Wow! Oh my God! Wait, you have to check this out. Who is coming down the street? Whoa! Hello, beautiful lady. So tell us. I would love to know what inspired your outfits tonight, and what emotions are coming up. Like, how are you feeling behind these beautiful masks and these beautiful outfits? Who wants to go first?
I'm feeling nervous and giddy. Like very nervous and giddy, like excited. Halloween's my favorite holiday, so this is like re-Halloween or something. I don't know, but better. Yeah.
What inspired you obviously put a lot of thought and energy into this amazing outfit. So what's the theme here?
I went with my favorite colors that I liked. And I wanted to repurpose my wedding dress.
Is that your wedding dress?
Yes, it's my wedding dress, and I wanted to I always wanted to rewear a wedding dress, so I picked something that I could.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love it. It's beautiful. Thank you. Have so much fun tonight. I want you to have so much fun. But before you go away, let's talk to other mask lady here. Now you're going to have to talk loud.
Okay, I'll talk loud.
So tell us about what inspired your outfit tonight.
Well, I made this mask a few weeks ago, and I love it. I love this mask, so I thought, when I saw this, well, I can wear my mask, so.
And so did you make this mask before you knew about this party?
I made the mask before I knew about the party. That's cool.
Wow. Okay, so we'll just say this, just say it one more time really loud. They'll edit this out, so.
I made this mask before the party, and so I wanted to wear it tonight.
That is amazing. Synchronicity, right? Lovely. Well, thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful time. Hello, gorgeous.
Hello, honey.
How are you feeling tonight?
Oh, I'm feeling relaxed and festive. Looking forward to the evening to see what it brings. I'm very curious to see how Brattleboro and Southern Vermont will respond to a masquerade ball. So I'm excited and looking forward to the festivities ahead.
So you know that this is a fundraiser, and
For a filmmaker, yes.
and the name of the film is Dates for Coffee. And part of the theme of tonight's event is on imagination, creativity, culture, and stories. So if you think about a time in your life when you've traveled, and perhaps you have a story that you'd like to share with us.
A story from my travels?
Sure.
Or just,
Or any story.
Let me think. That's really on the spot. A story that I want to tell. The first, so I hiked I did the Camino de Santiago, which is this old ancient Catholic pilgrimage in northern Spain, the top half of Spain heading west to Santiago. And so I have lots of stories from that trip, but I think the one I want to tell first is my first experiences of hiking. I hiked up and over the Pyrenees Mountains, and it was very exhausting and very arduous, and it took a lot longer than I thought. And I was completely exhausted when I arrived in the town, and I didn't speak the language. I was like, what do I do? I found the place where I was going to stay, but I was just in that crazy zone of having hiked for like 12 hours, was incredibly exhausted, incredibly sweaty and dirty, and just kind of like out of my mind a little bit, and being in this foreign place. And what I experienced was I couldn't decide on where to eat. There were only 2 restaurants, and I kept going back and forth, and I finally decided on one.
Hold on just a second. Emergency.
I finally decided on a place to eat, and the folks were kind of like, oh, no, but then all of a sudden, these fellow pilgrims, as we were known, folks doing this hike, literally just like pulled me over. She was from Hungary, and she and her friend, and I just had this feast with these 2 total strangers, and that kind of set the tone for my entire trip as far as generosity, looking out for one another, because there were hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands, of people doing this hike over the course of the month and a half. And so that's a story that I have about sharing community, instant community. And I had an incredible dinner with these 2 total strangers, and it was fantastic. So that just was the very beginning of my trip, and it was... So I guess after that moment, after having gone through that intense day, I felt like, okay. I'm going to be taken care of kind of no matter what crazy situation I get myself into. I'm going to be looked after because it was such a communal event. So that's my.
So you knew you were going to be taken care of.
I knew. Yeah. I mean, I may not have known it in that exact moment. I mean, on one level I knew, but I didn't really think of it like, okay, I want to be taken care of. But in retrospect and looking back on that and telling the story, and that's kind of how it was. I mean, people really looked after each other. So it's fantastic.
Thank you. Tell us a little bit about Dates for Coffee. Tell us about how you got involved in it.
Great. Okay, so Kira basically was shooting in Oman just kind of, for fun. And she came back with all this wonderful footage, but a lot of it was very like lo-fi. And so she was going through it and decided that it was so just kind of beautiful and interesting that she needed to put it into some kind of, visual medium, that sort of thing. Then once she started thinking about what would be important in terms of, forming a narrative and all that, it kind of became like, okay, this could be a film and it could, influence international policy, and it could be, really cool, and then have gigantic events surrounding it and that sort of thing. So being somebody who knew about filmmaking, she came to me and asked.
So, hey, how's it going?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm doing good. Where's your mask, buddy?
I don't know where it's at right now. I can't find it.
You got to put it on to get in,
I'll locate it shortly.
Hello. How's it going? What's your name?
I'm Denise.
Denise and?
Brendan.
Brendan? Nice to meet you. You guys from Brattleboro?
Keene, New Hampshire.
What brings you here?
We're dancing for,
Oh, are you guys part of the performance tonight? What kind of dance?
well, waltz and apparently swing later.
Hello, ladies. You're looking beautiful. Beautiful. Tell us about your outfits and your masks.
Let's see, I went to Costume Ladies to get my mask.
Costume Ladies in Keene?
No, in Walpo.
Oh, in Walpole. Oh, that's right, yes.
Yeah. So it's a great place.
And so tell me, like, what does it feel like behind your mask? Like, do you feel like a character, or what emotions are coming up for you right now?
I don't know, I haven't quite figured that out yet. Maybe later. So.
Okay, so maybe we'll find you after a couple of tequila shots. How about you? Tell us about your outfit.
I got this at Oasis last year and borrowed the mask from my stepdaughter.
It's pretty cool. Butterfly lady. Beautiful. Would you guys mind taking a question from the question jar and see what comes up for you?
Your memory is getting erased, but you can only save one. To keep and replay, what memory do you want to save? I would have to say the birth of my daughter.
That's a pretty special one. How old's your daughter?
15.
Aw, what's her name?
Selena.
Selena, that's beautiful. Thank you. How about you?
I have 3 choices to enter a world: Narnia, Wonderland, or Lord of the Rings. Which would I choose? And I suppose I have to choose one of them.
Well, you could make it up. I mean, this is a night of magic, right?
It is, but I want to be here. I want to be here and present here, so I don't want to go anywhere else.
That's an awesome answer. She wants to be here. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, have fun, ladies.
I hope you get good success in fundraising for your event tonight.
Thank you so much. Thanks for supporting it.
Absolutely.
Awesome. All right, so here we are at the World Masquerade Ball, and who might you be?
I'm not sure if I'm supposed to say.
Is it a secret?
We're wearing masks.
Well, who are you behind the mask? Like, who is your persona tonight? I think that's pretty cool to answer, right?
Yeah, well, actually, tonight I'm the MC of the event, so I'll be helping usher on the evening, making sure people find the enchantment they're looking for, and also helping us, raise the money that we're trying to raise for this, worthy cause.
It is a worthy cause. And tell us about your outfit and how it came about. It is an awesome costume.
Well, I was asked to MC the event, and there was a little bit of going back and forth about exactly what to wear. But as the MC, it's just like you can't go wrong with a tux.
You can't go wrong with the tux. And this looks pretty cool. I think I saw you tying it outside of your car a few minutes ago.
Yes, only the best for us here. I was dressing out at my car, but no, this is wanted something that tied in with the mask and brought out the colors of the mask. I actually just happened to have a butterfly mask, which is also quite appropriate for the evening.
So do you feel like you've transformed through your butterfly mask? Were you feeling caterpillarish before you put that mask on at all?
There is some magic to putting on a mask. So tonight's a lot about stories. We're talking about cultural stories. We are narratives. Like if you ask someone who they are, essentially you're the accumulation of all the stories that make up your life.
Can you feel the ripple of my big spot hammer? Lord, it's busting my side. I've done all I can do, keep what I wanted. Still, she's not satisfied. Hey, hey, tell me, why do you treat me this way?